Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Double Game Week 34. I may have just changed my whole thought process going into the remaining games of the season. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment with what your team is looking like before the big double, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, before we get into the team selection for Double Game Week 34, just going to go over how I did in Game Week 33. It was a nice green arrow from like 35k to 27k, so we're knocking on the door of 10k. I might be able to get into it with the final few games of the season, but yeah, I finished on 68 points, a Game Week rank of 2.3 mil. Rashford and Kane really helping out my my Game Week because they're not absolutely like ridiculously highly owned at the moment. So yeah, it was actually quite nice to get some decent returns from them both. But yeah, Kepa got me 1 point, Estepinian got me 1 point, Trippier and Botman got me 2. This would have absolutely given me a massive green arrow if they just didn't concede. They just score so many goals, but they just always concede one. It's so annoying. But yeah, I would have had a double Newcastle clean sheet there, so I would have had another 8 points there, would have finished on 76. Obviously, the Trippier points wouldn't have mattered, but the Botman points would have really helped out. And so, yeah, that would have been like maybe a green arrow up to like 24k or something. But it is what it is. Really annoying. Saka obviously got 2, Mitoma got 2, March got 5, Rashford got 12, Haaland captain got 28, Kane got me 11 with the 2 assists. Absolute crazy dude, man. He's trying to stay in my team. He really is. And then Watkins got me 2 points as well. On the bench, Raya got me 9. I was so close to playing Raya over Kepa. I just thought I would give Chelsea the benefit of the doubt, the home fixture. But yeah, like my bench, it's not looking great, to be fair. I got 20 points on my bench, which is horrible. It's horrible to say how many blanks I had outfield. Like Estepinian got 1, 2 from Trippier and Botman, 1 from Kepa, 2 from Mitoma, 2 from Saka, 2 from Watkins. It's just one of those game weeks. It's so annoying, though. Yeah, obviously the Fernandes situation. I mean, I was going to play Fernandes over Saka if he was, like, fine. And I probably should have in hindsight as well. He didn't punish me too much. He got 5 points, so obviously it's a 3-point difference between him and Saka. So it's not, like, the worst thing in the world. But Fernandes definitely should have scored another goal as well when it was, like, 4 yards out and hit the crossbar. Like, don't know how he didn't put that in, but yeah, that would have really hurt if that went in. But it is one of those things. Obviously, I guess at the end of the day, he's fine now, so that just kind of helps me in the long run. But yeah, it's a 68-point game week. Definitely could have been a lot more. The 20 points on the bench really hurt. But it's a green arrow, so I can't complain that much. Let's go into what my team looks like for Double Game Week 34. So as of right now, I think I have 7 doublers. So I've got Raya, who's got Forest at home. I've got Estepinian, who's got Wolves at home and United at home. I've got Trippier, who's got Southampton at home. Shaw, who's got Villa at home and Brighton away. And then in midfield, all doublers, I've got Fernandes, who's got Villa at home and Brighton away. Mitoma and March, who've got Wolves away and United at home. Rashford, who's got Villa at home and Brighton away. And then up top, we've got Haaland, who's my captain at the moment, who's got Fulham away and West Ham at home. Kane, who's got Liverpool away. And then Watkins, who's got United away. And then my current bench is Kepa with Arsenal away. Saka, who's got Chelsea at home. Botman, who's got Southampton at home. And then Henry, who's got Forest at home. So that's what my team is looking like right now. I do have 2 free transfers though, and I've got like 1.1 mil in the bank or something, so obviously I've got a little bit of money to play around with, and this is kind of the thing. Like, as of right now, the team doesn't look too bad. Like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 doublers before any free transfers, which is quite nice. It's quite a nice position to be in. Obviously, I do want to bring in players like Salah and stuff. Like, it doesn't help with all the injuries this week. Like, De Bruyne has picked up an injury. Apparently, Jota's flagged as well. Like, it doesn't necessarily help picking players when they're all just potentially a doubt. So this is why I'm also kind of deciding completely against what I was going to do. But let's go into the transfers and see what the situation is. Right, so originally what I was going to do was I was going to get rid of Kane. I was going to bring in Isak for Newcastle. I was going to get rid of, well, I was either going to get rid of Fernandes or Saka, depending on if Fernandes was fine or not. Now that Fernandes is fine, obviously Saka is the player that's going to go, which will allow me to bring in Salah. And then for a -4, I mean, I don't have to obviously take the -4. I could just keep that like it is and just play Isak instead of, and just play Shaw, Trippier, Estepinian, the 5 midfielders, and then Haaland and Isak. Obviously, I could get rid of Raya and bring in Edison for a -4, which I'm not completely against because I'm going to want some sort of City players anyway because they double in 37 and they've got some really nice fixtures going up to that week as well. And take the -4, have 0.4 mil in the bank, and then, you know, that'd be alright, you know, we'd be chilling. But with Isak's benching last night, it always is just up for debate that, like, is he going to start over? Like, Wilson's bagging goals. Like, it's not like Wilson's playing just getting nothing, and then Isak's coming on and scoring loads. Like, Wilson he scored 2 goals last night. Isak was really unfortunate with the assist after that run that he made. But yeah, it's one of those, like, the doubt over Isak's minutes is kind of putting me off a little bit, and so that's why I don't really want to go this route. But obviously, if I don't go this route, then I kind of have to keep Kane, because there's like no other player. Like, I have to think, is there a striker that I want to bring in for 7.3 mil? There just isn't. Like, if I make the max price 7.5 and make it a forward, like, there's not really any players that I want to bring in at all. Wait, I have to do this again. We'll do 7.3. So yeah, these are the options that I could bring in. So Mbeumo, don't really want him. Wilson, again, the rotation risk. Solanke, I don't like. This is a player that I'm gonna have to play if I don't play Watkins. So I don't really want Solanke. There's just not any players that I want to play that have a double coming up. Like, obviously there's maybe West Ham or something, but it's not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. Like, it's just going to be a wasted transfer. So looking at things like Isak's the only option that I can afford that I would like in my team, but because of the rotation risk, I don't know if I want to do that. So another thing that I was actually looking at last night that I genuinely might do, which would allow me to keep Kane, is bring in Salah for Saka and then get rid of Watkins, and I can just bring in Greenwood. I just have the money to bring in Greenwood. So this is completely going against the herd, because this would allow me to have 8 doublers, keep Kane, and not take a hit. So I would have Raya in goal, who's got Forest home, which isn't a terrible fixture, really. And then I've got Shaw, Trippier, and Estepinian at the back. And then I have in midfield all of these that are all doubling. And then up top I've got Haaland and Kane. This allows me to have 3 premiums and Fernandes. The only problem is I have no Liverpool defence. I only have 1 Liverpool player. But to be fair, apart from Salah, like, Jota's flagged. Gakpo is obviously an option that I could go with if I really wanted to. And yeah, but I mean, apart from that, like, Firmino, like, there's not really any other players that I want. The only player that I really want from Liverpool is Trent. And I'm not completely convinced by the defence. I think if obviously I play Kane, then it's going to be completely against the herd, because obviously I want a Kane goal and everyone else will want like a Trippier, a Trent clean sheet or whatever. So I'd obviously have that going against me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not completely convinced by the defence, even though they are at home. I mean, as a Forest fan, like, we scored 2 against them. And they would, like, yeah, okay, the first goal was pretty lucky, but I don't know, they just looked a bit shaky at the back. So I don't think Trent is like a necessity, because I won't be playing him like every single week anyway. But it is one of those things. The only problem is, like, the week after I would have to play either Trippier or Botman against Arsenal, because I'm not going to play Henry against Liverpool. So I'd have to play like Shaw, Estepinian, and then I'd probably play Trippier. I'd probably play Kepa in goal, even though I really don't want to. He's got Bournemouth. And then obviously I can play the 5 mids again, and then just play like these 2 again. So that's obviously like one option, which I'm completely like fine with, because the thing is, this is like how it would go up until the remainder of the season. So that's game week 34. Game week 35 I would just roll, because I don't really need to bring in any players, because there's no doubles or anything like that. So I'd roll in game week 35, and then game week 36 rolls around. So that's the game week where I kind of want 3 Newcastle players, because obviously they double. So we would probably this week maybe get rid of a Salah or Fernandes. I'd drop maybe Fernandes into a Grealish, because then that would give me Grealish for the double in 37, which I'm absolutely fine with. And I've got 2.1 mil in the bank, so I wouldn't be able to afford a like an Isak or a Wilson. I'm just out by like 0.8 or something like that. But I could always just bring in like a different defender. I could always just get rid of Henry and bring in Shaw or something like that, who's I don't even know how to spell his name. How do you spell his name? Fabian Shaw. Where it is? There it is. It's a C before the H. So I could just go triple Newcastle defense, which isn't great, but it is an option. And I've got 1.5 million in the bank. So that would be my game week 36 transfers. And then in game week 37, I could just get rid of Kepa for Edison. And then I have 3 City players for that double in 37. I have obviously the 3 Brighton players. I have 3 United players. And then game week 38, it's just the last game of the season. So I'm kind of liking this little route here. As long as nothing goes wrong, I do quite like the route. Obviously, triple Newcastle defense. It's decent fixtures though. Like, they are definitely capable of keeping a clean sheet in one of those games. So I wouldn't mind it. I would be a little bit worried about not having Isak or Wilson, but I wouldn't be able to bring them into my team. And then, yeah, game week 38, I don't know who I would play. Like, I'd probably get rid of one of the I'd get rid of one of the Newcastle defenders, probably, because everyone else has got, like, a decent fixture on the remainder of the season. So I'm absolutely fine with that. And, yeah, I'd just go maybe for a punt or something in game week 38, get rid of Shah, and I'd have 5.7 to bring in a defender who's hopefully going to have a good fixture. So, yeah, I don't know. I quite like it. I quite like that... that route that I'm taking, and I think I'm going to go for it, because the thing is, if I go for the normal, if I go for my original plan, I'm just going to have to quickly restore all of these players. If I go for my original plan, let me just restore you. I think that was everybody, and Grealish as well. So if I go for my original plan, so if I get rid of Saka for Salah, I get rid of Kane for Isak, who again should start, but isn't guaranteed to start against Southampton. And then I bring in I bring in Ederson for Kepa. All I'm really doing is I'm buying one extra fixture, because that's the only double I'm bringing in, Ederson, apart from Salah. But I'm bringing in Salah either way. So all I'm doing is I'm bringing Ederson in for an extra fixture, but I'm doing it for a hit. And so there's not really much point of doing that. And then it's just Salah and Isak against Salah and Kane, really. Because I'm not going to be playing Watkins too much, really. So, yeah, it's Salah and Isak against Salah and Kane. And, yes, Isak does double in 30. So, Isak gets the extra fixture, but the benching is kind of putting me off so much. So, I don't think it's even worth it. Like, and that's for a hit as well. Whereas this route, all I'm doing is dropping Watkins, which, again, could hurt. But, you know, I don't think he's essential for the remainder of the season. He has just blanked twice in a row. I think it's just better just to go like this. And then, as I've already gone through my transfers, roll in 35. In 36, I bring in Grealish and Shah. And then obviously 37, I bring in Ederson. And then 38, we're chilling. And it just gives me like maximum doublers doing this. And I quite like it. I quite like the idea. So we'll have to see what happens. But I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to keep Kane. I'm going to go against the herd. I'm not going to go Trent. And we'll see how it impacts the season. But yeah, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on my team? What are your thoughts on your team? Subscribe if you're brand new. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.